The distribution of the proposed 70 new constituencies will be at the heart of debate in the two chambers of Parliament when MPs reconvene next week for special sittings to debate the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020. Well, the National Assembly leadership hinted to Citizen TV that special sittings on BBI will be held on Thursday and Friday, while Senate Speaker Ken Lusaka said a decision to recall members will be made on Monday when he receives the Joint Legal Affairs Committee report on the Constitution Amendment Bill. And as Francis Gashuri reports, there is a link between the creation of new constituencies and whether next year's general election will be held in August as scheduled.
Members of the bicameral parliament will next week vote to approve or reject the Constitution of Kenya Amendment Bill 2020 after weeks of a near stalemate in the Joint Legal Affairs Committee. The committee, in its report, termed unconstitutional the bill's second schedule, proposing how the 70 additional constituencies will be distributed. But Nairobi Senator Johnson Sakaja penned a dissenting report that has since been backed by 10 other members.
But the will of the Kenyan to add constituencies and to put them in specific counties will be decided by Kenyans themselves. It's not even about how fair the distribution is, because that is another discussion. It's about how constitutional the schedule is. The schedule is part of a bill, including our constitution. The first schedule of the constitution was passed, decided where the counties are, and did a list of 47. Some people would have wanted counties elsewhere.
The Building Bridges National Secretariat backing Sakaja on the constituencies distribution row.
Kenyans in a referendum can even decide to change anything. They can even decide to send Parliament home. They can even decide to scrap even IEBC. And that is what we are saying. The people, the power belongs to the people.
The BBI proposes an additional 12 constituencies for Nairobi County, 6 for Kiambu County, 5 in Nakuru County, and Kilifi County to get 4 extra constituencies. Mombasa, Kwale, Machakos, Uasin Gishu, Kajiado and Bungoma counties are to get 3 extra constituencies each, while Kisumu, Trans Nzoia and Meru counties are allocated 2 more constituencies each in the BBI proposal. 12 counties are to receive 1 extra constituency each if the Kenyan electorate in a referendum approve the BBI bill. IEBC questioning the rationale of distribution of constituencies and faulted the BBI task force for what it claims was encroachment of its constitutional mandate.
I don't know how the BBI report or how the BBI team came up with the 70 constituencies, the allocation of the 70 constituencies to the respective counties. So I don't know what factors they took in consideration and what factors they did not take in consideration.
The constitution is superior to IEBC. So you can even amend the constitution and say IEBC will not do any delimitation. But what is delimitation? Assigning 70 constituencies is not delimitation. It is what we call allocation. Delimitation, even, and I'll give the example of Nairobi, we have said that Nairobi will have 12 more, so there will be 29. The work of deciding where those 29 are, is it in Kasarani? Are you going to get another one in Dagoretti North? That is the work of IEBC. That has not been taken away from them.
IEBC also asked for at least 2 years to review the electoral boundaries and allocate the 70 constituencies, a move that could complicate next year's general election date.
Remember, Article 89.4 has been suspended, where the constituencies can still take force in less than a year. Because if we pass BBI and the constituencies have not been delimited, we cannot have an election. Because the election is what, the Constitution says that the election of the president shall be held on the same day as the election of members of Parliament. So if the Constitution says there are 360, yet you have not created those constituencies, then there might not be an election until you create those constituencies. Secondly, we are coming into a structure where you have a prime minister who is elected on the basis of the number of members of Parliament. You cannot have that happening before you've created these constituencies, and that is why there is a strong push to have a fair distribution.
Whether the two houses approve or reject the Constitution Amendment Bill 2020, voters have a final say at the ballot in a referendum poll. However, that poll will only be conducted if an order by the High Court barring IEBC from preparing a referendum is vacated. Francis Gashuri, Citizen TV.